Okay, let us begin. Right. Good morning, Ashwarya. Good morning and welcome. Good morning, Viviana. Suhana, good morning. Good morning, Priyanka. Good morning, Channa. Okay, I think I should give the link to everyone. So I hope all of you are doing well. Yeah. Good morning, Yelappa. Good morning, Spurti. Welcome. Good morning. Okay, right. Good morning, Sanju. Okay, guys. So today we are going to talk about intrusion, prevention, and detection. Shilpa, good morning. Sneha, good morning. Adil, good morning. Oh, okay, okay. Atia, good morning. Nitish, good morning. Shruti, welcome. Good morning. Arjun, good morning. Savita, good morning. Kirtana, good morning. Rashmi, welcome. Good morning. Atul, good morning. Jashish, good morning. Good morning, Anjali. Good morning, Harshita. Sanjay, good morning. Sanjay, I think I'm seeing you for the first time. Purnima, good morning. Harshita, good morning. Rajat, good morning. Nisha, good morning. Anushka, good morning. Welcome everyone. I'm just joking, Sanjay. I have seen you. Right. Nitin, good morning. Welcome, Shivani. Good morning. Priya, good morning. Pramod. Oh, it's a rare sight to see Pramod. Good morning, Pramod. Right. So, guys, before I start talking about intrusion, prevention, and detection, can you tell me who is a intruder? Who is an intruder, basically? Okay, I'll just show you. Any act of gaining unauthorized access to the system in the intention of causing loss of or harm to the system is nothing but an act of intruding, and it's done by someone called as intruder. Right. Arun, good morning. Guddu Kumar, good morning. Ratna, good morning. Sunil, good morning. Sparsha, good morning. Yeah, welcome everyone. I hope all of you had your breakfast and you are doing well. Right. So my next question is okay, what kind of intrusion can happen? Harika, good morning. Vandana, good morning. Welcome everyone. And guys, please make sure you click the like button on the video, right? So as I was saying, intrusion is the act of gaining unauthorized access to the system in the intention of causing harm, right? What are the examples of intrusion? It could be unauthorized login to the system by illegally acquiring the password. How it is done? You remember we have discussed password guessing attack, like dictionary attacks, but done by the hacker. Or here in this chapter or in this module, we are going to call attacker as intruder, someone who is trying to gain access to our system, okay, without any authorization. Nazir, good morning. Welcome. let's say another kind of intrusion is worm infection. These are the infection that use the system as a launch pad. Let's say one system as a launch pad to spread and infect other machines. Okay. Good morning, Navya. Good morning, everyone. And let's say another one is injection of spyware. You know what is a spyware? What it does? It is hidden from the genuine user, and it passively monitors. Remember this term: passively monitors the activities of the user and relays this information back to the attacker over the internet without his without him knowing that this is being happening in the background. Swati, good morning. Shiraksha, good morning. Asha, good morning. Roshni, good morning. And one other type of intrusion can include flooding or bombarding the host with a lot of connection requests, and that attempts to exhaust the target's resource. Means kind of a DOS attack, denial of service attack. The client will not be able to uh, receive the resources from the server, like processing power, memory, communication bandwidth. These are some example of this intrusion. Now, what are the ways of handling intrusion? They are intrusion prevention and intrusion detection. Okay. Now you look at this diagram here. Okay, one more thing. My question is firewall same as intrusion detection system? Are these two same, or is it there is some difference? Fatima, good morning. And before you answer that, I would like to know, we have discussed firewall in the previous session. So do you think firewall and intrusion prevention or detection system are same? Yes or no? Just give me an answer. Do you think firewall on one hand and on other hand intrusion prevention or detection system are same? Just I would like to know. Okay, I will before you answer that, I would like to tell you the purpose of firewall first. Firewall is a hardware or software which functions in a network environment to block unauthorized access while permitting authorized communication. Firewall is a device or a software that stands between your local network and the internet and also filters the traffic that might be harmful. Whereas intrusion detection system is a software or hardware device installed on the network or host to detect and report the intrusion attempts to the network. Now you can think in this such a way. Firewall is a security guard or security personnel at the gate, whereas IDS, intrusion detection system, is a device and it's a security camera like CCTV camera after the gate. Okay, firewall can block the connection while and make sure whenever I'm talking about IDS, IPS, you have to remember this term. Okay, IDS is intrusion detection system, IPS is intrusion prevention system. So what I said, firewall, think of firewall as a security personnel at the gate, whereas this IDS device as the security camera after that gate. So firewall can block the connection while intrusion detection system can block connection, right? Okay, sorry. While firewall can block the connection, whereas intrusion detection system cannot block. It can just monitor, right? CCTV cannot block someone from entering into the site. So it just alerts if there is any intrusion attempts to the security administrator, whoever is watching or taking track of what is being happening, right? So what is mentioned here, I and what about IDS versus IPS, which is more efficient? And guys, one more thing, uh, what is of antivirus? Do you think antivirus is and firewall are same, and antivirus in IDS or IPS is same? You think it is correct when I say that? Menika, good morning. Kim, good morning. So my question is, okay, before you answer that, can you tell me the name of some antiviruses that you have faced or heard about? Just name few antivirus out there. You would have heard few antiviruses, right? Like Avast. Is my chat blocked? I'm not seeing any answers. No. Okay. Or is there some kind of a delay? Just name few antivirus, whichever you know. Quick Heal, very good. Quick Heal. Norton, yes, that's correct. There are a number of antivirus software like ESET, Bitdefender, AVG, Avira, McAfee, Kaspersky, right? There are so many antivirus software out there, and some people just don't use anyone. Not 32, yeah, right? McAfee, yeah. So they just use Windows firewall or Windows. Or what is that antivirus in typical Windows? Can we check? Let's see. Let's see. So what do we have? Um, I don't know the name of this, first of all. It's just a Windows security, I guess. We just call it as Windows security, right? So there is a separate section on firewall, separate section on virus and threat protection and all those things, right? Windows Defender. Yeah, Windows Defender is the name. Good. Thank you. Who answered that? Venkat Arun. Thank you, Arun. Avast. Yeah, there are so many different antivirus out there, right? Now, next thing is good morning, Sandhya. Next thing is we talk about the purpose of IPS and IDS, right? So let's say what is an IPS? IPS is a control system. IPS uses some kind of a signature based database. When I say signature based database, remember this to prevent malicious attacks from coming into the network. If an actual malicious attack had made it in the past in the firewall, let's say, the IPS may be last line of defense before it reaches the organization internal network. So you can say IPS is some kind of a software or let's say a hardware which can be integrated into your firewall. Okay, so IPS and IDS both can be implemented in a network. When I say implemented in a network, in a firewall, and can also be implemented in your host machine, like like an antivirus. It's not an antivirus, but it can be implemented in the host, right? So what about IDS then? IDS, on the other hand, it does not prevent anything. See, the name itself is intrusion detection system. Only detect. Prevention is detect. I mean, it will obviously prevent. It has got that signature based from the database. It has experienced that there's an attack, so it will prevent it. Right. So IDS, on the other hand, it only used to collect logs which are then examined later. So when I say later, after traffic has hit the IDS and has moved into the internal network, like for a study, for logging purpose. These are the thing. So sorry about that message. Right. So the next question is, why not directly implement or use this prevention device IPS instead of just a detecting device? We are seeing, just give me a second, I will just turn off this. Yeah, so we are just observed that IPS does a lot more than a simple intrusion detection device. So why not simply implement IPS everywhere? There's a reason for that. So because IPS devices are more expensive, and if it is misconfigured, it can potentially block and prevent legit legitimate traffic to the network, which can cause disruption to the organization. So guys, I think I'm observing some buffering on my end. My internet connection is not stable, so you might observe some buffering on your end. little bit you might observe, and when it happens, please refresh the stream, right? Okay, next thing is okay, what example for that is, let's say there's a newly installed IPS and it start blocking 443 traffic. 443 traffic means your HTTPS traffic. That's a big issue. Now what is we should know what exactly is antivirus is also. Antivirus program is completely different from IDS and IPS. Why when I say how it is different, this is very important to know. Antivirus don't scan your networks, okay, because antivirus programs don't scan packets, they just scan your files and objects. Remember this, antivirus programs are different from ITS and IPS. They don't scan network, they only scan your packets, files and objects in your system, okay. So that's about your antivirus and IDS and IPS. Next thing is, shall move on. So this is clear, right? So task performed by your IDS. So it's a basically this can be asked and you can just tell simple diagram what are the tasks performed by ADS. It monitor various system network variables or whatever activities, then analyze the value behavior of variables. Analyzing means it checks if there is a you know some behavior rather than something which is usual, something abnormal. So then there's a one more term, value behavior matches attack pattern. So it has already have the signature based database where if the behavior matches, that signature matches with the previously history of the attack, then it raises an alarm, or yeah, that raises an alarm. If it is not, then again the pattern is not there, but if there's a behavior is different, then again it raises an alarm. So that's performed by IDS. So basically IDS is just raising an alarm or raising an alert. Okay, I think this is very clear when I don't need to tell again and again. And also you can there's nothing mandatory that you only read and write what is there, what is mentioned in the this particular notes, whatever I have given. You can see these things like firewalls, intrusion prevention system, virus and worms. These for these nodes, you can even browse your internet. You can get lot of information, valid points from the internet when you surf. So you can add your those points. Make sure that that is a very valid point, and you can write that in your exam as well. It's not like you have to only study whatever notes I have given to you. Okay, this is also correct, but you can mention those also. Navya, good morning. Devya, good morning. Sakib, good morning. So prevention is nothing but user should be trained to other to security practices such as password protection. So and I think now it is clear what is prevention and what is detection, right? Fine. So there's a case study they are given like unauthorized user logins. Same thing again. Password should be 8 characters long. You should it should be hard to guess, and it should be alpha. It should include some alphanumeric characters, and all those things should be changed twice a month. Should be stored securely. All those things. And there is after three some successful attempts, it should block the user from logging in. All those things. Now this is the important thing. Types of intrusion detection system. So this is like for 6 marks they can ask you 6 marks or 8 marks. What is the thing is, there are two types of classification: anomaly versus signature based IDS. That is one. Second second classification is host based versus network based IDS. So they will ask one of those in a means they will tell describe the host based versus network based IDS, or describe the they can ask even all both of these, then it will be for 10 marks, right? So what's the difference actually? In anomaly based, it involves making a determination whether the behavior of the system is significantly statically significant departure from normal. Means if there is some unusual behavior in the system or the network, right? Absence of normal behavior. So name suggests anomaly, and here signature based. So you have to look at this diagram here. See the last two parameters. First parameter says change in pattern, attack pattern, and on the right side it says change in behavior, anomalous behavior. So you can tell anomaly based ideas is about change in normal behavior. This is with respect to signature, matching or mismatching of the signature, presence of signature, specific signature. When I say presence of specific signature, it has signature of a worm or a virus attack or a malware which has struck before. Next thing is, okay, you have to mention not only these 2 points, you have to mention like 5 points. There is a all those things are mentioned actually. If I show you the notes, if I show you the notes, it's like this: anomaly based ideas, signature based ideas, network based ideas, and host based ideas, right? So you have to read this. So what about net host based and network based ideas? Simply you can tell it is implemented in a host in a form of a software or a hardware. It monitors the internal behavior of the host, whereas this network based ideas can be implemented in multiple points in your large organization, right? It captures information about packets flowing through the network deployed at. Now what are the two desirable features? This is extra, you can add this. Features of ideas are speed and accuracy. Speed is important in fast spreading internet worm. We know internet worms spread very fast, so it is very important to detect those worms. So to match up with the speed of spreading of internet worm, ideas should also be featured with very high speed and accuracy. So early worm detection and early response mechanism such as automated system shutdown. As soon as there is a worm detection, shut down the system, it can reduce the number of other infected machines. So ideas should also be able to detect every instance of intrusion. Every instance means that is accuracy, and undetection intrusion referred to as false negative, right? So if you see this table, it's just like mentioned as event of interest in ideas, like how it is maintained, how tables are maintained, how data logs are maintained in an ideas, like number of access to file, what kind of possible attack, it's a DOS attack or flash event. So what are the, you can see the second and third section here, it is mentioning event of interest is unusually high. So there is a risk of break-in to the system, and like some kind of attempted break-in by a hacker or a worm attack, all those things, specific virus attacks, right? So next thing is, okay, so this is a very small topic. So DDoS attack prevention and detection. We know what is a DDoS attack, right? I'll just tell you again. DOS attack happens when when a bot or a machine starts sending various requests to the server so that it cannot serve to the intended clients, like genuine clients. It will only serve to the attacker or the intruder. That is done by one system. If it is done by multiple system or multiple bots, thousands or 10,000s of bots to consume the resource, computing power, processing power of the system, that is nothing but your DDoS attack. It's a very prevalent attack in these industries, right? Like it's a form of intrusion. So what are the prevention and detection techniques we can prevent in two ways: preventive measures employ at the host or employ it inside the network. So they have mentioned about, so you can be asked about this question for 6 marks. I think I have given you this as a assignment question in assignment 3 recently. So one possible, so what are the SYN packets? First of all, you remember in TCP we have this kind of mechanism, SYN synchronization, right? So So attacker can make use of this synchronization attack to and also do some kind of intrusion. So one possible way of handling SYN attack is to drop request for TCP connection. That is done by this DDoS prevention. Another strategy under high load conditions, let's say high load condition is happens when there is a DDoS attack, right? Is to allocate full buffer for a given TCP connection request only upon completion of a three-way handshake. When we know this, TCP implements a three-way handshake, right? Okay, don't text me now. Why are you guys texting me? Anyway, so what about preventive measures inside the network? Egress filtering and distributed route filtering. What are those? Egress. When I say ingress and egress means outside, going out. Ingress means incoming, right? So egress router is the last router. Remember the gateway or the access router, the last of first line of defense is the same thing. So egress router is the last router encountered by any packet generated inside the network before it exits the network and enters the internet. It's the same thing. Don't get confused. Egress router is your access router or your gateway. So what about distributed route filtering? It's a filter that uses packet source address to make decision on whether or not to discard the packets on its route to the destination, right? So basically detection has three algorithms mentioned in the chapter. So what are the three algorithms? Raise an alert if the most recently computed detection variable exceeds the threshold, right? So you have some case study given in the content. Please read that. Second algorithm is raise an alert. So detection, right? Detection always raises an alert. So raise an alert if the smooth average. So what is a smooth average? There will be some kind of a parameter they would have given you of the previous values of detection variable exceeding the threshold. Then we have defined a modified cumulative sum of previous values of detection variable. And again, it raises an alert if these values exceed the threshold. So there is a threshold, there is a calculated average or sum of previous values for detecting the variable. So there's a detection variable and threshold. So the last concept here is IP traceback. So it has two or three things again. What are those? Packet marking and packet logging. And how does it help you? So either the packet keep track of the routers it has visited, and when it is packet is keeping track of the router it has visited, it is called as packet marking. So when router keeps track of the packet passing through it, it calls it packet logging. Basically these are the approaches used by this ITS and IPS, right, in order to keep itself or its directory updated with the recent trend. Like if it is today is 16th April, so all these networking devices like IPS and IDS should update its libraries, its file directories to the for 16th April current scenario itself, right? So that is done by continuously monitoring the network. Hybrid approaches are there that uses a combination of both packet marking as well as packet logging, and this has been proposed. That's all actually in this chapter. That is your okay. That's all about your intrusion prevention and detection. So thank you guys. I think I just finished it in half an hour, exactly in half an hour, right? So that's all from my side, guys. Make sure you hit the like, and you can also subscribe if you like, and please fill the form which I will send you after this, and fill it soon. If any question you can leave a question here or even in the WhatsApp or in the classroom group. I will definitely get back to you. So thank you guys. Thank you for coming and hope you have a nice day. So I'll just end the stream now. Thank you.